Welcome to Meet the Ambassadors program, where we meet ambassadors from different nations around the world who are based in Bangkok, Thailand. Today we'll be bringing everyone to meet the ambassadors of Mexico, His Excellency Bernardo Cordova Tello, and we'll also be meeting Madame Adriana Mendez. Just to give a little bit of background of the ambassadors, His Excellency studied in International Relations major at the National Autonomous University of Mexico and later on became a member of the Mexican Foreign Service. Before coming to base in Thailand, he is posted in 7 different countries, which are Portugal, the United States, Norway, Chile, Peru, Spain, and Turkey. So are you ready to meet the ambassadors? Let's go. Hello, so now we're at the residence of Ambassadors of Mexico, His Excellency Bernardo Cordova Tello, and we'll also be meeting Madame. So let's go. Hello, สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to the Embassy of Mexico.
Thank you so much.
To the residence of Mexico. Please, welcome.
Welcome, please come
Thank you,
in.
and this is Madame
wife.
Adriana.
Hello, welcome, please come in.
Wow, very spacious on the 40th floor.
Welcome to the residence of Mexico.
Yeah, wow. All the artifacts or the things you bring from
Yeah,
Mexico to
well,
here, yeah.
We have a retablo. This was made by artisans of Mexico between the states of Guanajuato and Michoacán. And this is a very old furniture that we got it in Chile. You know, as diplomats, after 8 countries that we
Oh wow. So many
yes,
yeah,
we try
visits.
to find and to get someone as a good memory of each and every country.
Today we have some little Thai gifts for you as well. So maybe you can bring that back to
Yeah.
Mexico.
Thank you.
Yeah. And yeah, so a lot of paintings too as well.
Yes, we love the paintings, and my wife also paints. So, for example, this painting, it's a reproduction or something like that of this very famous Spanish painting.
Is that Ringo?
This is Ringo, this is my pet.
Oh,
Yes,
so cute.
yes. This painting was made by a Spaniard painter. He's my friend, and we asked him, "Hey, please, Ringo must be
In the
there."
picture.
Yes,
Ringo is from Chile. He's
Yes.
the alebrijes from Oaxaca. These we can see. These are handcrafts from,
Oh, wow.
from Mexico, from Oaxaca. And they're made out of wood and then painted. And they have details made by
Yeah,
hand.
it looks like astronomy, you know, you have a lot of like
Yes.
sun and moon,
Yes.
like
Yes.
Aztecs.
Meaning.
I see.
mythological animals, you know.
I see.
And it takes a lot to
A
paint.
lot of
We can-
time, a lot
yes,
of
a
time,
lot of
months,
Months?
weeks or months.
Really?
Yes, yes,
Wow.
because they have to cut the tree, the branch of the trees,
Yeah.
and they have to put it to dry it,
Yeah.
and then they just start
You have
with
to carve it and
Yes.
then paint.
Yes,
Exactly.
paint by hand.
Wow.
So it's not, it's a wonderful,
Like
very complex
mythological
work.
figures,
Yeah,
because
yeah, I can
It
see.
can be a cat or a rabbit.
Yeah.
And, we have also some dogs
I see.
made out of
And the
that.
color is very
Yes.
vibrant, you know,
Yes.
like blue
It's-
and green, red,
It's a
you
good
know, all
example
that.
of Mexico.
In
Mexico,
this
everything
side,
is
we can
color.
show.
Yes. As you can see from the flag as well, just
Yes.
very.
Yes.
This
Oh,
side, for
and
This is a
example,
painting that was painted by my wife.
Oh,
one
you're
of
an
my
artist.
favorites.
Well, I'm an architect.
Please
I'm an
teach us
architect,
the
and I
architect.
like to paint abstract art. I paint figurative painting, like perspective from buildings and perspective from interior, but then I change my style to some abstract painting. I like. So we have a wood carved figure from San Miguel
De Allende.
de Allende.
It's a beautiful piece. of
Looks
wood.
like
Yes.
Greek hero or something like that. Like
No, it's an archangel.
oh, it's a kanjo.
Yes, San Miguel. De Allende, San Miguel.
It has
And here,
wings
well,
and
we
all.
have some figures also of
The
other.
small one. Have you seen?
Oh, it's so cute.
Can you see the details?
This is-
Can
Oh
you see?
yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, look at the details. It's so intricate. Yeah.
And the
It's very
colors.
difficult to do it. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
most,
This is more like a
the best piece that we
cat
have.
dog. It looks like a chihuahua.
It's
Like
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Like a Chihuahua, yes. And
yeah.
this is
Maybe is this an ancestor chihuahua?
And it is a different kind
Yeah.
of the art of the peoples of Mexico.
Ah, I see.
Olinala from
The
Guerrero.
name is Olinala.
State of Guerrero.
It's a very, very nice.
So you can see all the biodiversity
Yes.
because it's
Yes.
very, very diverse. Mexico is one of the
Yes.
top countries
Exactly.
in the world with diversity.
Yes.
And that explains everything, our
Yes.
culture, our history, our
Yeah.
food, our accent, customs, everything.
Oh, we have to stop with this picture.
Ah, yes,
I
this is
noticed
a
last time.
wonderful, this is my favorite painting.
The Last Supper.
Yes,
But
the
in-
Last Supper, but it's not in horizontal, it's in vertical.
And this is the tree of life.
Ah, this
We're
is very
from
interesting.
silver. In the,
okay.
Mexico City, we have a lot of silver, and this is crafted like the life.
In the Bible, right? The tree of
Yes,
life.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
it
this
could
is
be,
Adam
yes.
and Eve,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because Catholicism is huge in Mexico.
But
like,
indigenous do this as big figures also made out of clay. You can find these
okay.
trees.
Yes.
We don't have now here.
Yeah.
But I have a little one I will show you later.
Okay.
But there are big, big ones,
Yeah.
and they're made with colors, also
Yeah.
made out of clays.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
It's
So
part
you
of
can
the-
see that everywhere in,
Yes.
in Mexico.
In
That,
Mexico,
Yes.
yes,
I
el
see.
árbol de la vida.
I see. More paintings.
More
And that's
paintings.
a volcano. Yeah, and that one was like still.
A Mexican landscape, a
Mexican-
Mexican landscape close to the city of Puebla.
Still active
Yes,
volcano.
yes, 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 the volcano is active.
The
Wow.
name of the volcano is Popocatépetl.
Popocatépetl.
Yes,
Yeah.
Popocatépetl. Yes.
And there's still people living.
Yes, 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 yes.
Around, yes.
Oh, really?
Well,
Can
no,
we-
not very close. no.
Right, right.
It can make an eruption anytime. It has made it. It has
Right.
been active for 23 years.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I see.
So
So after the
And
first
you can
eruption,
see the eruptions almost every day.
like a show, like a view. Oh, it's
Yes.
time again. So let's
Yes,
see
yes.
the eruption.
But the city of Puebla is very close to the volcano. Maybe 80,
Yeah, it's very
80
mountainous.
kilometers, yes. And Mexico is in the other side of the volcano.
show you this from
Oh.
Talavera, Puebla. We have this, and it's an
Ceramic.
influence from the Spanish, but the Spanish got it from the Arab because the Arabs
I
live in
see.
Spain for 800 years.
Right, right.
And then the Spanish brought these to us when we were part of
I see.
Spain. Yes,
I see. The new
were-
Spain
We
at that
were
time.
the vice royalty. We had a vice royalty. So we have a lot of influence from Spain and also from France.
Arab as well.
Arab,
I
yes.
see. So a lot of
Bodies.
culture
Yes.
influence.
Yes.
Wow, so many.
We were still looking for the Thai flag. I cannot find it, but I'm sure.
I can get it for you easily.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Portugal, Norway, Spain,
Our music,
Chile.
part of my music and part of my books.
I see the Beatles.
Yes, of course.
Pictures of our daughter.
I belong to a different generation than yours.
Oh, I listen to the Beatles every day
Really?
too. Yes, like Carpenters and all
Really?
that. Yeah,
Okay.
from my dad.
And part of my books.
I see.
My mother,
Oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah, she
Yes.
passed away and we
She
couldn't
looks like
go to say
your
goodbye.
wife.
January. Yeah.
She passed away in January, but because of the COVID, we couldn't go back to say
Oh,
goodbye
I
to her.
see.
It was very sad.
I see.
Yes. And here's
My mother.
my father was very handsome too. He died when he was 50 years old.
Oh.
Yes. My studio is sorry, it's a little bit of mess, but I mean
Wow.
working here on
Oh,
my
this
art.
is so nice.
I'm working
Wow.
on my art
Yeah.
and probably will do a future exhibition. Now I'm working on it.
Can I participate in your
Yes,
exhibition?
Of course.
There's actually a nice space. I'm not sure if you know near Sala Dang. It's like a gallery where you can go and host. Yeah, it's a good location. Many artists goes and host there.
And con la Virgen de Guadalupe.
And most of your time you spend here in this room.
In this room, yes.
Yeah.
Well, as an architect, I'm doing these landscapes of Bangkok. This will be for Bangkok and the cotton fields.
I recognize this building.
That's the view I have from here, from the outside, being on the 40th floor. That's what I see. And in COVID times, that's what we saw, no? Through the windows.
Right.
The light through the windows.
Yeah, I see the cross in like everywhere. All over.
Books, record. We like music. We like reading. We like art.
Yes.
Our principal.
When you travel around and you live in so many countries, you have a house eclectic with a different kind of decoration.
It kind of brings life to the house too, and then the experience you've been previously, you know.
That's
so
right.
you also recollection of where you've been. Yes, so that is all for the residence tour. Thank you so much for taking me around. And next up would be the gift giving. Stay tuned. So coming back from the residence tour, now it is the gift giving sessions. So we see that, Your Excellency, you have a lot of paintings throughout the house, whether you collect from Mexican artists and also, Madame, you paint by yourself. So there is one special painting that I see, which is the Last Supper.
Yes.
But then you made it differently from horizontal. You make it into a vertical.
Vertical, yes.
So for the gift giving today, I'd like to present you the Last Supper.
Okay, with Thai version. Okay.
Thailand version.
Thank you very much. It's very nice, very original. The colors and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
So this is a shortened version. So if you show for the camera, so the gift today is like the Last Supper Thailand version.
Thank
so
you.
These are the very famous characters of Thai folklore stories.
Exactly.
So from this story, it's called Ramakian. Ramakian is one of Thailand's national epics, so very famous.
Yes.
Every Thai knows the story. So the Thai kids, they learn it from school, from since elementary school, like, and so on. So if you go to the temple, Wat Phra Kaew, the one in Thailand, you can see these characters on the temples of the wall.
Yes, I know them.
So maybe just give a little bit of background if you're not familiar with the Ramakian story. So with the characters, Rama, Praram, which is the green, that one.
Okay.
He is the protagonist of the story. He is the king of Ayutthaya, which is the old capital. And another important character is called Totsakan, which is the giant, green giant in the middle. Yep. So that one, the kids learn that he has 10 face and 20 arms.
Okay.
So, but this one we made it
Is
into
the
like.
one you have in the airport?
Yes, that one.
Yes, that's
that
big, right?
Yeah, that one, the one that guarding. So maybe could be one of his giant armies, So the whole story is that the Nang Sida, she is the lady in the picture. She is Praram wife. So she got captured by the green giant in the middle. And then the whole story is very long. So it's all about like Praram, Palak, the gold figure on the left side. He is the brother. So they go save the wife from the giant. So and then on the right side it's like a monkey army. The one under the first monkey, the white monkey, is Hanuman. He is like the leader of the army monkey to go save the wife. And then the rest is just like if you can see the details, the middle monkey, he has a tail of a mermaid. So his name is Machano because the dad is the white monkey, but the mom is a mermaid. So so you can see all the blendings in there. And the red monkey on the most right, his name is Sukrip. Sukrip. He is the son of the sun god. That's why he's red.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
who's the artist?
the artist is actually from Sakon Nakhon, from the northeastern part of Thailand. So he paints very famous like Thai style sculpture. But I told him
In Chiang Rai?
Sakon Nakhon. Chiang Rai is here. Sakon it's on the right,
Okay.
like Isan north area. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, because the story of Ramakian, the original version is 3,000 page long. It's very long, you know, because it's from the Indian literature. It's written by an Indian poet called Valmiki 2,400 years ago. But then when King Rama I, our first king of Thailand, he wants to enrich the literature here. So he tells the writer to write a play which is very long, about like 116 books, and it takes 2 years to complete the whole play.
Okay.
So and then you see this beautiful culture arts at the culture center. They play the story of Ramakian and all that. So yeah, so hope you have another Last Supper here at the residence and
Thank you
take back
very
to
much.
the Mexico.
Very original painting. Thank you.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Yeah,
beautiful.
so
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Very original. Thank you. And we want to give you something.
Okay, thank you so much.
Something
ขอบคุณค่ะ
small,
Thank you so
but a
much.
Mexican.
Okay. Is it
the
a painting?
No, it's not a well. Was painted also.
Oh.
Yes, was painted also.
Oh, I have one of your plates back home too. Oh, thank you so much. You can see like the birds and like the biodiversity.
Olinala. This is
Yeah.
Olinala style.
All-
In the state of
Olinala.
Guerrero, in Acapulco.
Mm-hmm.
In the same.
And we see also here that in Thailand they like red very much, you know,
Yes.
for good luck.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
There are some birds.
And like plantations.
Plants,
So,
yes.
so I can have a piece of Mexico in my home. So I'll keep collecting for the all ambassador. So thank you so much. Yes, that is all for the gift giving for this week. Next up would be game part. Stay tuned. So now let's play. The game we have today is the 10 seconds game. So I'm going to read out questions about Mexico, and the person who hits the bells first would have to answer within 10 seconds. If you cannot answer in 10 seconds, then the next person would also have 10 seconds to answer. But if no one answers correctly, no one gets a point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, and after I finish reading the question, I say go, you can hit, you can start to hit. But if I don't say go, you can have to wait for me to finish the question.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so question number 1, a timer ready? It's on tourism. List out 3 most visited city of Mexico by tourists. Go. Go.
Cancún,
Uh-huh.
Puerto Vallarta,
Uh-huh.
Acapulco, no?
One more, one more.
Zacatecas,
No. The
Mexico City.
Mexico
Yeah.
City.
Mexico City has 8.6 million tourists. Wow, that's a lot. And then Cancun has 6.15 tourists in 2019. And the last one is Puerto
Vallarta.
Puerto
Vallarta
Vallarta.
has over 5 million tourists in 2019. Maybe you can share with the audience, like, places to visit in Mexico City.
Here, there's
Yeah, so you can share.
Museum of the Archaeological Museum in Mexico City, Museo Rufino Tamayo, Bellas Artes. It's a wonderful place for concerts, and it has a beautiful crystal curtain
Vitral.
made from Tiffany. And the Bellas Artes was built by a project from an Italian architect. Adamo Boari was the architect.
Oh, okay, I know.
Yes,
He
and
built a lot
it's
of
with the control pilots, because Mexico City is built on top of a lake.
Yes.
So
very-
it's shrinking. So
yeah.
Mexico City is shrinking. So we have these control pilots that protect the building not to shrink more.
Another recommendation to visit in Mexico City is the principal quarter, the old town of Mexico City, the principal square.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place to visit, because you can see the cathedral. It's one of the most beautiful churches in Mexico, and the National Palace, where is the president of Mexico is there, is his office there. And then you can see some archaeological site of the principal temple of the Aztec empires.
Also, Cancun, one of the most visited places by university students
Yes.
during spring break. So it's in the Yucatan Peninsula, bordering the Caribbean Sea, and also known for like nightlife and all that. Cancun.
Exactly.
Yes, but not only that, because you have Chichen Itza, Tulum, and it's not only the fiesta, the parties, the beaches, and that. It's the archaeological sites we have around there, that where the Mayas lived and they established, and it's very interesting to see all the constructions, the observatory. They were great astronomers. They were the ones that discovered the zero. No?
Yes. Well, they used the Mayan culture. They used the zero.
Yes. So they found it there.
Yes.
At Cancun.
They use it. Yes.
Okay.
It's a different places in the Pacific coastline.
Jalisco.
Jalisco, in the state of
State.
Jalisco,
Yeah.
the land of tequila,
Yes.
the land of mariachi, also.
And also known for like doing water sports there.
Yes,
and then,
many
water sports.
Yes.
Okay. And
Puerto
also,
Vallarta, it's an interesting city, also.
so make sure to make the visit and be precautious if during COVID time. Okay, so next up on question number 2. So next is on culture. The question is, what is the name of Mexico's national dance? Go.
Thanks.
Okay, in English.
Jarabe Tapatí.
Yeah, you have to hit first. Okay, you got. Okay, so what is it?
Jarabe Tapatí.
Okay, jarabe
Tapatio.
Yeah,
It's the most famous
Yeah.
folk song or dance.
Yeah.
Yes.
It goes like.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's known in English as the Mexican hat dance. It's performed by a couple, usually like man and woman, doing like a dance of. They don't touch each other, right? So there's a hat in the middle, and then they dance.
Exactly.
And
Around
near the hat.
Dance around the
hat.
hut.
Interesting that you said that, because from the research it says like the Mexican hat dance is not just a dance to the people of Mexico, but it's a way of showcasing the Mexico to the world by also other culture like European and so on. So I think it's very interesting. Yeah. So on next question, also still on culture, but more on like the important day of Mexico. So the next question, maybe hands down. So the next question is, what is the name of a Mexican holiday that celebrates the dead? Go.
El Día de los Muertos.
Yes, correct. Okay, we don't have to time for that one. Yeah, so maybe say a little bit about.
It's a day when it's celebrated on the 2nd of November,
First and
and
second,
2nd
right?
of November, and it's supposed to the day that the dead they come down to the earth. So Mexican people put altars where they put their food that dead like mole, rice,
Or you like
tequila,
taco.
tacos. They put all these
The favorite food of the
but
the
also
dead.
we also put the cross, the Christ cross, that
okay.
it's the influence of the Spanish, of our Catholicism religion that was brought by the Spaniards to Mexico. And the skulls, we made some skulls made out of sugar that are also for decoration.
Or chocolate.
And the chocolate
like
that you know, the
candies and
chocolate
all
is,
the
and the
skulls.
special flower, la flor de cempasúchil.
The
La
marigold
flor de
flower.
cempasúchil, the marigold flower that you have it also here in Thailand, is a flower that comes from Mexico. It's originated from Mexico.
For those who is not quite familiar with this date, if you watch the Pixar movie Coco, then you can imagine what it's like. For me personally, I think it's very beautiful for you to have a festival or celebrate the
Yes.
death instead of like you're sad or you're mourning for them. So I think it's a right way to approach.
Yes.
Like
Very interesting approach.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
You can see in many cultures all over the world
Yeah.
something similar, no? But in Mexico it's special because in some pre-Hispanic cultures they had this celebration, okay? And then incorporated another influences, principally from the European heritage. Okay, so it's not a sad, a long tradition
It's a way to
that many
remember
people
our
practice
dead
it.
people, yes.
Many people, but not everyone.
Yeah, because like you consider it as like a natural process of life, you know, where people are born, they grow up, they get old, and they die.
Yes.
So this is just like, you know, a celebration. So
Yes,
I think
yes.
yeah, it makes sense.
Nowadays, you can see
beautiful.
a wonderful. They stay there during the night.
At night there.
Yes, all the night. Just so
They
it's
put
very nice
candles,
in silence.
flowers, the food.
Candles, flowers, some food,
And even
maybe
rows,
some tequila.
rows of flowers. They put
Yes,
like
flowers.
in the
Oh, it was so
In the
beautiful.
streets,
the
in the
streets.
streets.
They cover with flowers and they do big carpets.
Our next question is about the civilization, the Asian civilization, Aztecs and Mayans of Mexico. So before the question, I like to give a little bit of background. So with Aztec and Mayan, it is the cradle of civilization for giving the foundations
Yes.
of what we have today, you know, like society, trade, government, art, religion, everything. So the question is, list out 3 technologies or things that Aztecs and Mayan invented. Go.
Okay.
Go.
The zero by the Mayas.
8 seconds, quickly.
I don't know.
2 more, quickly. 2 more.
The aqueducts.
Well,
The
quickly.
aqueducts,
take-
those-
Okay,
Water.
your turn.
Yes.
Your turn.
The aqueducts in the Aztecs.
Okay.
They bring the water.
Time again. Okay, your turn.
And then the special chinampas in the Mexico City. They use chinampas is like on small islands. They had the possibility to cultivate twice a year. Twice a year.
Okay.
The corn, the everything.
And
Right.
the corn come from Mexico also originally. It was supposed to be, it was this size and
Yeah.
then it was domesticated and it grew out. Yes, it's
Yeah. So I guess we'll
Yes.
divide the points for you and for Madame for this.
Half and half. No
Half and
problem.
half. Yeah. Okay. So the first one is the zero.
the zero.
Zero. I guess mathematics, accounting.
mathematics,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, they use the zero.
Astrology, yes.
The
Yeah,
astrology,
from-
they had
yeah, everything.
An
a
observatory
wonderful
in Maya,
calendar,
the Maya.
you know?
Yes, the
calendar.
And
Maya
maybe,
calendar,
maybe better than we use
Today.
today.
Yeah, it's very detailed.
El
When I
calendar.
go
Yes,
look
it's
at
very
it,
detailed
yeah.
for, I don't know, 1 minute or something like that. It's
By the
it's-
millisecond or
exactly.
something. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's incredible that many years ago they used
And they only
to
use
create
like the
a
sun, right?
calendar,
And then
yes.
like
Yes.
So it's perfect. And for Mayan, there is like, you know, for in agriculture, like wheels, you know, everyone is using. For Aztec, I think it's very interesting. Aztecs is actually the first to report about the mandatory universal education. So
Yes.
everyone, like of all age, all sex, whichever,
in
is
the
required.
Cajulcali, in the schools.
Aztec education was important no matter like your gender, your rank, your situation. So I think that is very advanced. You know,
Yes.
while other countries in like Europe or in
Yes.
Asia, only the elites can get education. And also, popcorn was invented by the Aztecs. So yeah, in
The
the
popcorn.
in the 16th century. Well, they don't have the microwaves back then, but
No.
they use some heat
The corn.
to
Yes.
make it pop, but they don't know that you can eat it at first. They use it as decorations for the head ornaments and like the necklace,
Necklace,
first. So yeah, later they discovered that they can eat it. So yeah, with the
corn. And with the corn we make our tortillas, the famous tortillas to make the tacos.
tortillas, yeah.
Without corn we cannot live. As you ties eat with
rice.
with rice all the time. We eat corn. We are made out of corn. Mexican people are made out of corn.
Mostly the one is big, yeah, right?
Yes,
Like the size
some
is
of them are
huge.
big.
Yeah. Last time you showed me the
You
photo.
can see corn of many colors.
Yeah.
Many colors.
Purple.
Black,
Different
blue,
sizes and colors.
violet,
Yes.
green, yellow, white.
Oh,
Yes,
blue.
it's incredible.
Purple,
Red.
purple.
Yes,
Purple
it's
corn.
purple. Yeah.
Yes, so our next question, the question is about the products of Mexico. So the question is, list out 3 crops, fruit or vegetable that originated from Mexico. Go. Go. 10 seconds.
Papaya, pitaya, corn,
Yeah.
chocolate de
Yeah.
cacao.
Okay, you got it.
Tomato,
tomato,
avocado,
avocado.
Okay.
vanilla,
Vanilla.
Yes.
vanilla turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. She
Yeah,
said
yeah.
only 4.
Three, but yeah. Maybe you can go through like several of it.
They do the trueque. They exchange things
Yeah.
for other things also in the markets.
And then you can use cacao too
Yes,
as a
sure.
form. So it's a money, right? It's
Yes,
like money,
like
yeah.
gold
it's
money.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, don't lose your cacao. You said that. Also, you didn't mention papaya.
La papaya.
Papaya.
Yeah, it's from
From Mexico, the origin.
Because
Yeah.
we have tropical areas in Mexico, but as we have tropical areas and it's warm like here in Thailand, we also have cold areas. Not all is tropical. We
Right,
have
right.
mountains, we have snow all year round in the mountains, we have jungles,
Deserts,
deserts, we have
semi-arid areas.
Like
Mexico
biodiversity.
City, it's 2,200 meters above sea level. So it's cold during the winter and
Super hot in the
Yes,
summer.
and it's hot in the summer, but not so hot. Mexico City is
Not as
so
No,
hot.
burning
no,
hot as in here.
No,
In the
this weather
spring,
is-
in the spring.
This weather we have in Thailand is the weather we have around the coastline in the beaches.
I
Yes.
see, I see. So,
Yes.
so near the beach. Around like this all year long?
Yes.
Yes, in the Gulf of Mexico,
Yeah.
on the southern part, also in the Caribbean Sea, and
Yeah.
the Pacific coastline also. It's
I see.
tropical.
So you can plant fruits and vegetables like
Yes.
Yes,
here,
like here.
similar.
Yes,
Yes,
similar
yes, yes.
like here,
And
yes.
then we have the highlands,
Yeah.
the mountains, and
You-
different weather,
Uh-huh.
you can find different kind of food or vegetables.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
Fruits,
can you plant?
it's
there?
different.
Or
Yes,
you can
And,
plant
yes,
it?
yes, yes.
and we have also grapes and good wines. If you don't
Oh,
know, by the
yes.
way, Mexico has very good wines in the California area.
And not only in
Mexico,
that area.
California, no U.S. California, Mexico,
Yeah,
California.
yeah, it's called something. Maha?
Baja California, Baja
California.
California. Yes,
Yeah.
Baja
Yes, we have
California
some
is
areas where it's possible to produce
good
wine.
Wine.
But
right.
yes, the last year, the most famous and the best red wine of Cabernet Sauvignon was a Mexican wine. The last year.
Oh, last year
Yes.
did one.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so all these foods and crops and fruits, if next time you eat it, so think of Mexico. So on next question, similar to the previous question, this one is now on food, gastronomy. So the question is, list out 3 famous Mexican dishes. Go.
Tacos al pastor, chilaquiles, pollo
One more.
con mole,
Okay.
chicken with mole.
Actually, I think she's winning. So
Yes,
just
yes. It's important to me that she wins.
that you win. It's more important than diplomatic.
Otherwise, red card.
Oh, out of the field.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Okay, we can start with pozole because I
Pozole.
really
Yes.
love the soup made up of meat. Could be chicken
It could be chicken or
Corn,
pork.
special corn,
or corn.
white, big one.
It's a
Pork.
It's a corn that when you boil it, it
Yeah.
opens like a flower. And it's very soft. You have to put all the ingredients inside. It's like a tom yum soup.
Something similar.
Because
Oh,
we
okay.
put lemon,
Yeah, when
we
it tastes
put
similar.
chopped onion, chopped cilantro,
Cilantro.
Coriander.
coriander, and it can be as spicy as you want, but only one dish. You can eat it as one dish, and
As
it's
a
very
meal,
good
right?
during
Big
the
meal.
winter. Yes.
So that is all. That's a wrap for the game. Madame won. Congratulations. Yay. So we can congratulate her in Spanish style. Felicidades.
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 Gracias.
Yeah, so that's a wrap for the game. And next up would be Q&A with Ambassador Tello.
Thank you.
So stay tuned. Hi, so we are back. Now we are doing the Q&A session. So the questions are the select questions from a variety of groups. It could be Thai who have been to Mexico or expats living in Thailand, and also questions from Facebook and Twitter. So they are all asked the question, what one question would you like to ask the ambassador of Mexico? But firstly, please share with us your background, where you were born, and your path in becoming an ambassador.
I was born in Michoacán, the state of Michoacán. It's a beautiful state, full of resources.
A lot of people or
No, not too
that
many
pop-
people.
population?
The population is 4.5 million inhabitants.
Oh,
No,
still
it's
a lot.
not so big.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
for
but
Mexican
compared to-
standards, no,
True,
it's
true.
not
It's
too
small.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a beautiful state in the west side of Mexico to the Pacific coast. I studied in Mexico City. I was living in Mexico City all my life. I studied international relations in the National University of Mexico. I'm very proud about it. For me, it's my second family, my second house is the university.
Right, you study there.
I in
or-
depth with the
Yeah.
National University. Yes, yes. I studied international relations, and then I saw the announce: if you want to be a diplomat, you have to concourse with many people.
Right,
So that this was in 1982.
Oh, before I was born.
We went there, 1,200 concursants.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Only for 20 places.
Oh, only a few were
Yes,
selected.
yes.
Wow,
And I was
wow.
I occupied the second place
You got second place.
in the in the concourse.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations. Wow, wow,
Yes,
wow.
yes.
And then your first country where you were posting in?
My first country, my first experience as a diplomat was in Portugal.
Portugal.
Yes,
So
I
you
love
can-
these countries.
You can use
Very
Spanish
much.
and Portuguese.
And Portuguese,
it's
yes, was
similar.
for me was
Yeah.
very easy to
easy.
understand, to read it. Yes.
And then after Portugal, you've been to 6 other countries, right? Before
7
Thailand?
other countries.
7.
The second post was Washington, D.C., was in the permanent mission to the Organization of American States.
Yep.
The third one was Norway,
Norway.
change.
Yeah, and
Very
Scandinavia.
different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in
Europe,
Scandinavia.
America, Europe again, but was a wonderful experience. Nordic country. The people is very warm. We have some very good friends until now. So it was we enjoy a lot. The fourth
And then moved
post,
to South America, right?
Mexico, yes, and then South America. My first experience was Chile and Peru.
Chile.
Both countries very important for the Mexican foreign policy.
right.
policy. And then Spain, I was the
Back to
consul.
Europe.
Yes, back to Europe. In Spain, I was the consul of Mexico in Madrid for almost 4 years. And then I received the special nomination to become an ambassador. My first experience as ambassador was Turkey.
Turkey.
And after Turkey,
Thailand.
I came here, Thailand, my first experience in Asia.
I'm glad that Thailand is the first country to
Yes.
welcome you here.
Yes,
And
yes,
yeah,
yes. I'm
yeah.
very happy for that.
So also being in Thailand for maybe a bit, 1 year and a
1
few
year,
months,
4 months,
4 months.
almost 5 months.
What similarity do you see between Mexican people and Thai people when you first arrived?
Many similarities, not only physical. Both countries maybe we love. We're very proud about the culture, the history.
About being Thai,
Yes,
being Mexican.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
love our families. No, it's the central part of
Right,
our
right,
society.
right.
The family, the family values.
Right. We take family up into like a top priority.
Exactly, exactly.
aspects
And
of
we
our
are
life.
very proud also about our history, about our culture, and obviously our food.
Right. For sure, for sure. There's the spice and everything. And also we are like friendly and we like to party.
Yes.
Fiesta. We like to do
Exactly.
a lot of fiesta.
Exactly.
A lot.
And you know, if we talk about cuisine, about the food,
Right.
we have to say that we have reciprocal influences. For example, the papaya.
Papaya.
The origin of the papaya is
In Mexico, right.
It's Mexico.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. And also papaya, mention of that. Have you tried the Thai papaya salad?
No, the first time.
You should try it.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it's
very
one of
main.
my favorite dishes.
It's very main to
It's
to
wonderful.
Thai
Delicious.
languages. I'm glad.
When I
you-
go to a Thai restaurant, usually I ask the papaya salad.
Not too spicy for you, right?
No, I like it
You like
spicy.
spicy,
No
yeah,
problem.
because
And you
Mexican
know,
is
all the chiles that you can find all over the world comes from Mexico.
Right.
And this started almost 5 centuries ago. with the Galleon of Manila. Was a maritime route that was discovered by some sailors from Portugal and Spain, and they discovered the maritime route from Manila, Philippines, to the port of Acapulco in Mexico. And since then,
so
almost
the same.
500 years ago, we started with the trade between Asia and America.
I see, I see.
So from Mexico came many things, and from Asia went many things to Mexico, and
Right.
from Mexico to Europe.
So we have our
For
lovely...
example, the rice. The rice
Right.
is a very, very common, is part of the Mexican diet.
Also Thai, for sure. We eat
Yes,
rice every
yeah,
day.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So we have our lovely papaya salad because of Mexico.
Yes.
Its origin is from Mexico. Yeah, so deriving from that, our next question is on being Mexican. So maybe you can tell our audience what does being Mexican means to you and how your career as a diplomat shaped the definition of being Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as I told you before, I am very proud of my roots. As everybody knows, Mexico, it's a country with millenary history, and it's cradle of great civilizations.
Right, right.
Usually, we know about the Mayans and the Aztecs,
Right,
but
right.
they are the most famous. But we
Right.
have many, many more.
Right, it's a
very
cradle of
important, and
civilization.
before of
Yeah.
them, before of these two civilizations. Nowadays, Mexico and the Mexican are a mixture of the traditional cultures. These historical roots in Mexico and the Spanish and European influence. Obviously, I'm proud to be part of this wonderful mosaic of history, culture, and tradition. All this explains also the great diplomatic tradition of my country. We are the bridge between the Anglo-Saxon world and the Latin American world. So I'm very proud about my history, my culture, and this defines part of the importance of the Mexican diplomacy.
And also being an ambassador, like a career as a diplomat, you have all these, culture and influences, and you can share it to the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
same way that you can reflect of what being Mexican
Exactly.
really means to you. That I at least for
Exactly.
me, that's what I get from talking to these
Exactly.
ambassadors.
For example, for me, it was wonderful. I remember my first experience in Portugal. When I arrived to Portugal, yes, different country,
Yeah,
but I never
You feel at home, right?
strange. I was almost at home because in many villages, small
Yeah.
cities, were similar. It was very easy to see similarities between Portugal and Mexico. Okay.
I see, I see. Yep, so next up on economy, it's this year we celebrate 46 years of diplomatic relations between Mexico and Thailand since the 28th of August in 1975. So almost half a century, almost 50 years, that's a long time. Yeah, so on economy, Mexico economy is the world's top 16th largest economy and also the second largest economy in Latin America. Why do you think it's the cause of this?
Mexico, since the 80s, and maybe before, changed the direction of the economic policy, which in general terms implied a process of liberalization of international trade, a significant reduction in protectionist policies, and the attraction of foreign investment based on important pillars as the export of manufactured goods, agroalimentary products, oil and minerals, and the development of tourism also. And that the country has a population of 126 million inhabitants. The domestic market is interesting on its own.
Right,
It's
right.
very
because
important.
there's a lot of people already.
126, and many
Yeah.
of them, they have enough money. They have
Yeah, the
very
purchase
important
power,
consumers.
yeah,
Exactly.
to drive the economy. Yeah.
Obviously, another aspect that explains the value of the Mexican economy is also the free trade agreements that were signed with the world's major economies. Mexico has signed until now trade agreements with 52 nations,
Oh,
which
that's so
position
much.
it as
a
one
lot.
of the countries most open to international trade, with preferential access to more than 1,200 million people.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, we have applied also, we have applied, not without failures and setbacks, various economic development policies, some successful ones that today allows to be the 16th economy in global economy. These are some of the principal reasons that explain the value of the Mexican economy.
So a recap of it is a lot in terms of natural resources, your
Yes.
geographic location,
Yes.
the stable government that
Stable.
guides
Yes.
120 million populations, also a strong workforce because a
Yes.
lot of people, but they also
Yes.
have the purchasing power
Yes.
as well. So that could be driving economy,
Yes.
and most importantly, the FTA with
Yes.
so many countries. I think
With so
Mexico is one of like the top with
One
many
of the most open economies.
open economies. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, the
in
world.
in America, well, United States, Canada, Mexico, and Chile. Maybe we're the most open economies,
Most open economies.
especially.
And Ringo agrees with that as well.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
And
So
we have many people studying in the universities also. Okay.
I see. We also have exchange too, right? Like
Yes.
Thai students goes there, and then Mexican
Exactly.
students come here.
Yes.
So yes, and next up on trade as well, maybe just give a quick overview of Thai and Mexican trade relations. What are the main imports, exports? I know I actually learned that Kitsania is from Mexico, like
Yes.
recently.
Yes.
Yeah,
Recently.
it's
yes.
an amusement park indoor, and I'm like, oh, it's from Mexico, like yeah,
Indorama, Kitsania,
yeah.
Metalsa. There is the
Metalsa,
Kitsania and Metalsa are the principal investments of Mexico in the Thai economy.
Metalsa is a chassis, which is like
Chassis, yes.
Yeah, chassis. It's like
Auto parts,
a
yes.
load-bearing framework. Yeah, for that. Kitsania, maybe you can tell about the sector, like the one that we exchanged, like food or machinery and so on. Yeah, or Thailand and
Well, the trade between Thailand and Mexico, as I told you, started almost 500 years ago
very long.
because this maritime route
Right.
across Manila to Acapulco, but
Yeah.
everything changed a lot when in 1975 when Mexico and Thailand we decided to establish a diplomatic relations. Okay, so we can say that we have a very young diplomatic relationship, but since then everything changed
Right.
for good reasons and
Right.
for
Right.
okay. Okay, our bilateral relations are young, but
Yeah.
have grown very strong in a short period of time. I can tell you that early in the 80s, the trade did not exceed $20 million only.
Oh, really?
In the 80s.
Oh, in the
Only
80s.
$20 million.
Really? Okay.
Only. But to the end of 2019, our trade reached the figure of $6.5 billion.
How many times more?
Okay, according with official information of
Yeah.
Mexico.
Wow.
In that year of 2019,
Yeah.
Thailand was the 13th trade partner of Mexico.
Wow.
At the same time, Mexico is Thailand's most important trading partner in Latin America.
Right.
So, the trade between Mexico and Thailand, and it's important. Maybe the trade between Mexico and Thailand is more important than the trade between Mexico and United Kingdom or France. It's almost the same level.
Interesting. And
Yes, very interesting.
because our country is quite far apart. If you
Yes.
from Mexico to the UK, it's much closer than
Yes, 10
Than
hours by
here.
plane.
yeah. And Mexico to here is 2 transits, right? Like
No, it's too far.
too
Asia is
far.
too far.
Yeah. So very interesting that that our figures is higher.
Yeah,
than-
our principal enemy between the Asian countries and Mexico is the we don't know each other.
Yeah.
We have to know better.
Yeah.
And the other obstacle is the distance. But I can tell you, as I told you, Thailand is the 13th trade partner of Mexico.
Yeah.
I must tell you, another important trade partners are China, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand.
Thailand. I see.
So Asia is very important
Right.
for Mexico.
Right. And there's more room.
It doesn't matter the geographical distance.
Right. And there's also more rooms to grow
Yes.
than this. Maybe we could become hopefully your top 10. Then
Yes.
Push up from 13.
Exactly.
In the near
exactly.
future.
That's the idea. That's the idea.
That's the idea. Let's
Yes.
target that.
Our principal objective of Mexico is the diversification of our links to the foreign sector.
trade.
Okay.
So that is all for the economy. Is there other parts of economy you like to share, or it's
Well, we have had recently, some days ago, the fourth meeting of the political mechanism between Thailand and Mexico, and we established there the principal areas that we have to work this year and the next years. One of them is the trade. We have to increase our trade, our relationship in commercial, financial, economic, but also we have to increase our links in cooperation, especially in those fields that we agree as priority. For example, medical care, environment,
it's big sector. Yeah.
environment.
Environment.
So we have to establish. So in this moment, for this year, we have to talk with some universities and with some research institution of Thailand to try to establish a more ambitious agenda of cooperation for the next years. That's the idea.
More well-rounded,
Exactly.
in all aspects, not only trade, but also in
Not
other-
only trade.
that supports trade
Yes,
altogether.
for me, the priority is to increase the cooperation with the universities and the Research Institute of Thailand with Mexican counterparts. Okay? That's the idea.
So looking forward to more cooperations on that.
Exactly.
Yes, so wrapping up on economy, next up would be on tourism. Mexico is very rich in cultural heritage, a mix of Mexico ancient, Aztecs and Mayan sites, and also historic colonial influence from Spain as well. Many of the places are designated as the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So maybe you can give a brief general on the tourism landscape. Well, now it's COVID, sadly, but maybe before COVID, you can give a general overview of tourism in Mexico.
Yes, of course. Well, very interesting question.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my favorite topics to talk about as ambassador is Oaxaca.
Oaxaca.
It's a beautiful city. The stones of all the buildings are a little bit green, and
It's in
you
the
can
south.
appreciate the art, the handcrafts, the textiles, the ceramic, and obviously a very, very wonderful and different food. It's one of the most important cuisines in Mexico.
I see.
Oaxaca, okay?
Oaxaca.
But we had many different food, but very different. In my state, where I was born in Michoacán, was the cuisine of Michoacán was the base
of Mexican.
of the UNESCO declared as a World Heritage of
World
of
Heritage.
the humanity.
Yeah.
The Mexican food
Yeah.
was based in the cuisine of my state, Michoacán.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
So you
it's not
taste the
only
original.
Oaxaca or Oaxacan
Yeah.
or Mérida in the southern
Right,
part of Chiapas.
Right. And also, I would like to note that to visit many different parts of Mexico at once, because Mexico is not just, Mexico City or Cancun or Oaxaca. Yeah, so, you told me that you should trace from like the north to the
Yes,
south. Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
a very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, the north is very different and it's
Yeah.
too wide. We have more than 3,100 kilometers in the border with United States.
Yes.
We have in the Pacific coast line,
Yeah.
Baja California,
Yeah,
the
Baja
peninsula,
California, yeah, down there. Yeah.
1,000 kilometers long.
Yeah,
desert
wow,
areas
long,
with
yeah.
beautiful beaches, especially in the south, Los Cabos. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And you can see, and you have the opportunity to see the whales in the winter.
The whales?
Yes, the
Really?
whales.
You can
Yes,
see
it's
the whales?
fantastic. Between the
Oh,
peninsula and
interesting.
Mexico.
Oh.
You have to take a ferry and to watch.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
wonderful experience. And
Interesting.
then from there, in the state of Chihuahua, you
Yeah.
can take a train
Train.
to visit Barrancas del Cobre. Copper Barrancas? How do you say Barrancas? Canyon. The canyon is the continuous
okay.
of the canyon in Colorado in United States.
I see. So
It's the
traced
continuum,
down-
it's the same geographical area.
Okay, I know.
So in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
winter, you see the snow in the
Yeah.
Mexican mountains,
Yeah.
and the train is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you arrive to the coast of Mexico, and from
Yeah.
there you take the ferry to Los Cabos and to see the whales and beautiful hotels. And if you play golf, they have fantastic
I can tell my father
courts.
that.
Okay, this is part
Yeah.
of Mexico. Another
Yeah.
part of Mexico,
Yeah.
different in the north,
Yeah.
is Monterrey, Nuevo León. Okay, Monterrey is very famous because it's
Financial hub, industrial.
yes,
as well?
industrial,
Yeah.
industrial.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have a wonderful companies, and they have and the city changed a lot, and they have some museums, very interesting museums, also, and you can see many things there.
And you can also
The
go
food
on a
is
hike.
different, the people is different, the accent of
It's
the
different.
is different.
I see.
Yes, that explains the diversity of Mexico.
Yeah, so make sure to visit different parts, not just the tourist place like Cancun. And,
No.
yeah, so
Mexico is more than a beach.
yes, it's more than the beaches or like the nights parties. There's a lot of festivals, you know,
yes.
to join.
Yes, the
Yeah.
popular culture is very important
Yeah.
also in every small town and city, obviously.
Yeah, so wrapping up on tourism, next up would be questions on culture of Mexico. So the culture of Mexico is influenced by, you know, history, location, social class, and many other factors. So in this topic, could you share your favorite Mexican famous people, maybe artists or athletes or authors for the audience to see the reference?
Okay, yes, sure.
Yeah.
It's an interesting question, but it is difficult to answer it
True,
because
true.
Mexico has a lot of wonderful artists in painting, in music,
Yeah.
in architecture,
Yeah.
design, cinema.
Yeah.
But maybe for me, among the famous writers, I can mention Octavio Paz, who was a winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1990. Yes, I was lucky to hear and salute him in some occasions, in some conferences he gave in Mexico. But
Oh, you met him before?
yes, in the
Oh,
80s, in the
oh,
80s,
okay.
in the
Oh,
80s,
wow,
yes,
wow.
I had the opportunity, and he was a diplomat also. So.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was a wonderful experience, but
Interesting.
Mexico has had some Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prizes.
Nobel Prize, yeah.
The first one was a Mexican diplomat, an ambassador of Mexico, because he was a talent person against his favorite principal topic was disarmament, nuclear disarmament. So by that reason he
Nuclear
won
disarmament, yeah.
the Nobel Peace Prize.
What was his
and
name
then
again?
his name was Alfonso Garcia Robles.
I see. Okay.
Then the Octavio Paz, the Nobel Prize in Literature, and we received another Nobel Prize in Chemistry by one very famous Mexican scientist, Molina. He was a chemistry. He passed away a few years ago. Yes. And obviously, we had a lot of famous people in. Maybe the painter that most I admire most is Diego Rivera. Diego Rivera is my favorite painter.
I like to mention that the painting by this Mexican artist is also like the highest priced Latin American artwork ever sold.
Yes.
So yeah, So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
sure.
apart from Frida Kahlo,
Frida Kahlo.
obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, we cannot not talk about her. So you have to mention on. And you said Frida Kahlo is on the second most mentioned name in the world, too.
Yes, in internet.
Yeah, yeah.
According with a British website,
website,
yes, the name that is most look in internet is
Leonardo
da Vinci. Second is Frida Kahlo,
Yeah.
and the third one is Van Gogh.
Oh, great that we have a female artist
Yes,
in the
yes,
top three.
exactly.
So good job, good job.
Yes, exactly. In the sports, well, we have had some very famous Formula One drivers, Pedro Rodriguez, and now
Yeah.
Checo Perez in Red Bull.
Red Bull, yeah.
And
he's driving
some
for the Red Bull.
tennis players and some football players also, no?
So in all different sectors, in sports, in literature, in arts, very
Music,
famous,
cinema.
yeah. So on entertainment, I like to share some the series or movie. This one is very famous in Mexico. It's called El Chavo del Ocho.
El Ocho,
Yeah,
yes.
El Chavo, which is a Mexican situation comedy.
Humorist, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's about like El Ocho and like his friends like causing trouble, which is
Yes.
actually similar to one of the Thai sitcoms, Pen Taw. Yeah, so I watch it. It's very funny.
Yes, it's very funny.
Even though I don't understand it, but then it's by body language and all, and then
Yes.
the situation is really funny. Yeah.
Yes, funny. It's a positive humor.
Like
It's
¿Qué onda?
not-
Like,
Exactly.
¿Qué onda? And in terms of that, on entertainment, there's also this comedian named Mario Moreno.
Oh,
He is,
yes.
His stage name is Cantinflas.
Cantinflas.
Cantinflas, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He is
It
considered
was very.
very accomplished, like Mexican comedian in known in Latin America as well,
Yes.
not only in Mexico and
Yes.
Spain. Yeah, in
Exactly, Spain
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Latin America,
Yeah.
yes.
As an icon.
He was a wonderful comedian. Chaplin, he said, he's better than me.
Chaplin? Charlie Chaplin?
Charles Chaplin.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yes,
I
he's
should
wonderful.
watch
He's
it.
wonderful. The problem with Cantinflas is that
Yeah.
the Spanish
Oh,
and
the
the Mexican
language.
style, the language. But the reason is,
I see.
by the reason is more popular in the countries that speak Spanish.
I see.
By the reason. But as a comedian, dancer, and everything, it's wonderful.
So yes, wrapping up, that is all for the culture section. Feel free to check out these famous people from Mexico. Now is the end of the program, Meet the Ambassadors. So thank you very much for joining us. Before closing, I'd like to thank you for the lovely clothes, Swimsake. And yes, so thank you for watching for this week. Feel free to check out Facebook and YouTube for other episodes. And yeah, thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Kapun Kap.
ขอบคุณ
Thank you
ค่ะ
very much.
Bye.
See you.
Yes, so sadly we're coming to the end of the season 1 of Meet the Ambassadors program. So please stay tuned on our YouTube and Facebook for the next season. Thank you very much all for supporting and participation. Yes, so see you until next season. Goodbye. สวัสดีค่ะ
YES Media. Subscribe.